guess thoughts, 2-1, your best start since you got here. Overall thoughts after another nice one?
You know, after watching film, I really feel like our defense played very, very well. We played very aggressive, got some great turnovers, put our offense in some great field positions. And, you know, I just thought they played the game the way it was supposed to be played. Very physical up front on the D-line, physical by our linebackers. You know, secondary was really breaking on the ball and doing the things that we needed them to do. And it was great by them. I think offensively, I still think we're a few steps away. You know, you can see, you know, moments where we're going to look pretty good. You know, ended up with about, I think we had 200 yards rushing offensively. And that's what I really want to get established offensively is get the run game going, because that's going to open up the pass game tremendously, you know, if we can do those things. And we've got to get it started early. And hopefully that starts to happen this week. You know, we've got a great opponent, but you know, I feel good about our team. They feel good. I feel good about the things that they're doing, and they're getting better each week. And it's got to continue to work on the little things, and that's what we're preaching right now: little things, fundamentals, techniques, you know, foot placements, whatever it might be. You know, focus on those things and make yourself a better football player.
It seems like the tackling has improved. I know you're disappointed after the Central Oklahoma game. I mean, is it progressing the way you'd like?
You know, tackling, it's that first game you never know what you're going to get. You know, you're not used to a lot of full live tackling, you know, in practice, because it doesn't happen a lot, especially when you start getting into game week. So, you know, there's a lot of thud, taking pretty good angles, but, you know, getting game situations, different speeds, different guys running the ball than what you're used to in practice. And I think our guys are used to tackling now. They're taking the proper angles, they're doing the things that they need to do to get themselves in good position. Their pad level's lower. And I think a lot of it is, you know, they're actually pursuing the ball and understanding what they're doing defensively. And but sometimes when you're unsure, you know, you're hesitating a little bit on what you're supposed to do. And I thought we played a little hesitant. You know, that first game, with the last two games, we haven't been very hesitant. Our guys know exactly what they're doing defensively, and they're getting to the ball. And when you get to the ball and get 10 guys around the ball, you're probably not going to miss tackles very often. In that first game, you didn't see hardly many guys run the ball at all, and now you see tons of guys getting there.
You mentioned the 200 yards thing. You said that a couple games ago that we need to be right around 200 yards. They've taken that to heart a little bit.
They have, but I want to start earlier. You know, I don't want, you know, 35, 40 yards in the first half. You know, I like to get 100 yards first half, 100 yards the second half. You know, if we can do that early, you know, I just think that opens up our offense a little bit more. And, you know, we're getting closer. And we need to start a little bit faster than what we've started, you know, on the offensive side of the ball, and start getting first downs and grinding out the clock and, you know, get some points on the board early. And I think we're close to it. You know, it's just a matter of time, and, you know, hopefully it starts this week. You know, we got a great opponent, but hopefully this week we can get it started.
What's the fix for Travion? Somebody's hitting his receivers that are bouncing them in or 4 yards over the top of their heads.
And then we play a quarter before we start the game. Just being calm. You know, he just needs to calm himself down a little bit. I mean, he's got such a strong arm, and just relax. You know, he just plays so tight sometimes, and it puts too much pressure on himself. And just go out there and be the kid that we see every day in practice. Have fun, enjoy yourself, make the plays that you know you can make. Don't be scared to bring the ball down and take off running, you know, because there's a few times in there we can score, you know, get a first down, do it pretty easy. And that's what he's got to do. Just take the game under control, relax, enjoy yourself, and see things and make things happen. You know, don't force anything. You know, we know you got the arm, we know you got the talent. You don't need to stress, just relax and have fun.
How'd you evaluate the offensive line's play? You mentioned the running, and it seems like second half they've really taken off, but overall, how would you evaluate the O-line?
Pretty good. You know, I thought they did a great job of, you know, after the food down, after halftime, we really did a good job of getting off the ball, you know, wearing the defense down, you know, this week, and starting to get our run game going. And we need to start that early. We need to try to wear them down in the first half. And I thought, you know, pass blocking wise, we're doing a great job. I mean, I don't know how many sacks we've given up, 2 or 3 maybe this season, and that's 1 per game, which I don't think is horrible. I think that's still pretty good. And, you know, they're getting stronger each week. They're, you know, it's a group of kids that a lot of them haven't played together. You know, you got Colby Hamill's new, and Herbert was out all last year. You got Dickey, who's still a very young kid, and, you know, we're young. And, you know, you got Steve that we're putting in there. Chico Feltenberger didn't play for us last year, so, you know, they're still trying to get their click, still trying to get, you know, how they fit in, and they're still working together. And, you know, it's probably about that time of the season that, you know, they start feeling comfortable with one another, know exactly what each other's doing.
You mentioned starting quickly on offense. Pitt State is a team that has started very quickly on offense. A couple of their games, they kind of just took their opponent out of it before he even really got started. What has to happen to avoid that?
You know, I think offensively, first we need to control the clock. You know, get some first downs. You know, try to keep them off the field as much as possible. Defensively, don't give up the big play. You know, that's the main thing. They've had a lot of big hitters, You know, they've had a lot of runs that break, you know, for 30, 40, 50 yards. And we got to eliminate those. You know, if we can make them, you know, earn their way all the way downfield, you know, 1st and 10, 2nd and 7, 3rd and 5, you know, and continue to do that through the game, you know, hopefully eventually they're going to make a mistake. Can't give up the big one. And that's the whole key, and that's what they're living on right now is a big play, and we got to eliminate those things. Yeah, they've had some 8, 9, 10-yard drives, but you know, there's been a lot of them where they're 3, 4, you know, 5, 6 plays, and that's it. We got to make them work, you know, to earn those yards.
Are they throwing more? I mean, it seems like they aired it out a little bit more this
They
year.
have, you know, they are throwing a little bit more than they have in the past. You know, they used to be a run dominant, you know, only, but you know, they are throwing the ball quite a bit more now. But I think teams are letting them, you know, stacking the box, trying to take away the run, you know, right off the bat, and they're, you know, leaving some holes open in their secondary. Got to be balanced. You know, I feel like we got to be balanced defensively to, you know, whatever keeps us strongest on the run and in the pass game, and you know, hopefully make some things happen. But you know, they throw the ball more now than they have in the past.
A lot about their offense, and they score quickly, but their defense, I mean, they've hardly given up anything. What do they do? What makes them so good?
They pursue the ball. You know, they play fast. You know, they do a good job in their, you know, route recognition, you know, coverage-wise, and where guys are supposed to be. They're very, you know, they don't do a lot kind of like we do on defense. And they got a couple coverages that they're really, really solid at. Got a couple pressures that they're really solid at, and you know, they slant and twist, and they get good at what they do. And they're doing some good things right now. And you know, we got to find a way to attack those things and try to get after them. But you know, they're physical, they run hard, they play fast, and you know, they're going to get to the ball in a hurry. And that's something we got to try to eliminate.
You mentioned the youth of your offense. Do you worry about them being a little intimidated when they see some of those stats that, you know, Pitt State's not giving up?
You know, you look at it and you see what they're doing, and I mean, as an offensive guy, I kind of take that to heart a little bit. Hey, this is what they've done to other offenses. You know, let's not let that happen to us. You know, let's go out and take control, take a little pride in yourself and what you're doing, and make sure we're doing the things necessary to be successful. And if that means watching more film or practicing a little bit harder than what you have, you need to do those things. But you know, take pride in what we got here, and you know, make sure those things don't happen to us.
Because of the weird schedule, it's been a couple of years since Pitt State and Fort Hays has played. We know who Pitt State is and where they're ranking and stuff. But does the team understand who Pitt State is?
A few of them do, you know, because my first year here, you know, they were here. Some of them don't, but for the most part, yeah, they know because you hear all the time, you know, when the polls come out, the rankings and the regional rankings, and you know, around the conference, people talking about Pitt State, Northwest, and you know, MOSM, you know, all those teams. You guys know who they are. They know they're a good football team, and they know what they got to do to, you know, have a chance to go down there and win this ball game. And you know, it's about work and understanding your assignments and doing the things you need to do to win. And they're taking ownership this week. This week's practice, first week, but it was a very good practice. And you can hear them talking about it after the field. Hey, we got to go this week. You know, we got a great team we're playing. It's a chance for us to show that, you know, we're ready to play at this level.
It's a unique environment down there. It's even changed since you played. I mean, the stadium expansion, you know, 10,000 plus every game. Do you talk about that with your team, and what can you do to help them be prepared to handle an environment like that?
Yeah, I talked to them about it today. You know, they're going to have a lot of people there. You know, probably 10 to 15,000 people standing room only right now. And you know, I said, step on the football field. It's just a football game. You know, you look at the sidelines, you look at the end zones. That's where the game's played. You know, don't worry about what's happening in the stands and the noise and the things around you. You know, just play football. You know, keep your focus right here on the field, and things are going to work out for you. You can't get all caught up in the, you know, the hoop and the haw and the noise and the jumbotron and the decker. You know, all that stuff. Just get on the field. It's a football field. It's the same football field we got. Same width, same length. You know, same hash marks. Just go play football.
You talked about preparation and how your team. Has their approach to games and the preparation throughout the week changed even from the start of the season?
You know, I think the first game we didn't watch as much film. You know, I didn't think they studied scouting reports as much as they have the last 2 weeks, and you can really tell. You know, on being on the defensive side most of the time that I am now. You know, in practice, guys are seeing formations and being able to call out things. You know, they're seeing different sets and understanding what they're trying to do and how teams are trying to attack us. And you know, when your defense can do that, you know, it gives them an advantage. You know, because then they got a hand up on them and know exactly what they're going to do to us. And you've seen a lot more of that the last 2 weeks than you did the first week. And I mean, I think that's where our defense